Hello, hello, hello. We are live, folks. We are live. Oh, are you looking at me? I think you know I'm live right now, don't ya? Don't you? Don't ya? Okay. Hello, hello. All right. Hello, Marianne. I am looking to see. Hello, everyone. I am. Hi, everybody. I am going to be getting started. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Hello, Ireland and South Africa. Hello. Hi, everybody. Just give me 1 second. I am just taking care of a few things. I am taking care of a few things. So I'm just going to wait for people to get here and just get started here in just a second. As you all know, I am doing this series on why people don't like Meghan Markle. Yeah, this is something that I want to do because I think people just really need to understand what's going on. They really do. A lot of people just don't get it. And that's something that I want to make sure we discuss. We discuss it. So I'm going to get started here in just a second. Just got a couple of things I got to take care of first. And then we'll get started. How's everybody doing? You know, there's just been a lot going on in the news. I even heard some new information about the king getting ready to call a truce on everything that's happening with Harry. Ooh, I'm thinking, I don't know if that's such a good idea. But hey, if that's what the king wants to do, I just don't know it's a good idea. I mean, considering, okay, Harry's birthday is coming up, the king probably wants to make right by his son, considering, but I just don't know that that is a good thing. I mean, that's what I'm going to talk about here shortly here. So, all right. So do you guys all like my little thing that I have behind me? So this is my office for my nonprofit work that I do, and it's kind of like a more like toned down version of my actual set that I have, because it's where I can set up with my computer and do lives. So this is where I sit, but I'm thinking about putting this on my main set. I'm not sure I'm going to leave it here. But I like it. I like it. I'm sure you all know my name is Patricia. My name is Patricia. Where is this little loop? Okay, there it is. My name's Patricia, but my channel name, P Dinah, has a meaning. These are actually my initials, but it's also the initials of Diana, Princess of Wales, without the A. Kind of little play on words there if you all ever wanted. Um, and it's just, it was so crazy because before I even started my channel, I just did this name because I was thinking about Diana and I was thinking about my own initials. And I'm like, okay, because I was doing something completely not related to doing my YouTube channel when I created my Google account. And then, like, years later, I started a YouTube channel and this name was the name I had picked, not realizing that, yeah. And then it just kind of was my name. It was completely by accident, to be quite honest. So yeah, that's how that came together. But it is what it is. Okay. So here is the deal, everyone. So I want to welcome you here. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love that I have this wonderful community that watches my videos because I'm so passionate about it. And I wanted to do this channel to give my opinion about everything that I was seeing within the royal news stream, and also offer my perspective from a way that's teachable, that's not really gossipy, but more what can we learn from this, because I'm always about education and learning from your mistakes, learning how to be a better person, because that's how I roll with the work that I do around my charity. And so it was just a natural progression to do it around my YouTube channel. And so that's why I do what I do. If you haven't read my book, Turned Global, I give a little bit more insight into that and why I talk about this and how it all came together. And yeah, everything really stems from Diana, Princess of Wales, from when I was a 12-year-old girl. So that's a little bit of background about that. Also, I have a Facebook page where I'm putting up posts with Otis. And it was so funny when I got started just now. Otis is like kind of coming, crawling on me and wanting to, like, I'm like, what's going on? He's already eaten. He goes out a little bit later. So, and my husband's like, well, he wants to sit next to you because he knows you're getting ready to go live. I'm like, that's exactly right. Otis knows when I am getting ready to do a video. He wants to be in my videos. And that was a natural thing too, because from the very beginning, if you go watch my very first videos, Otis was always here because I was home by myself, the dog. And he just slowly became part of being in my videos. Just, it was just a natural thing. It was not contrived. Okay, let me have the dog in my videos. It was like, okay, he's here, he's sitting next to me, and then it just kind of happened. So it all has kind of been very organically created. So, and I'm glad you all found me. I want to thank all of my new subscribers as well that are new to my videos. It's a place that I enjoy being. It's become a lot of work. I didn't think it'd be this much work, but it has become that because of all the news with Harry and Meghan. And so um, I'm trying to also talk about other things around Otis because, so if you're on Facebook, please follow me on Facebook, where I'll be posting my videos that I do on YouTube, but also posting videos and little shorts with Otis, because I have a lot of videos from the years, and I just thought, let's post some different content. And so I'll be posting all the videos and pictures and things with Otis on my Facebook page for P Dinah. So it's easy to find. Hello, France, California, everyone that's here from all over the country, and also on my Instagram. Yes, on my Instagram as well. I'm gonna try to be more active on my Instagram. I'm active on my Twitter as well. But yes, slowly trying to find my place in all of this. So thanks for all of your patience and being there with me, and all of your support. I really do appreciate it. Now, for those that are members, I will be streaming tomorrow with Paula M, talking about all the controversy. Well, not all the controversy, just kind of updating you on the live that I did with Paula, because I did do a video with her around the birth certificate prior to all the drama. And that video is going to be just kind of making clear about why I did certain things around that video with Paula. So that's going to be for my members tomorrow, Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And today, hello, Michigan. So today, what I'm going to be doing in Boston. Hello, Boston. I have a friend from Boston that I was just visiting with. Okay, so today, what I'm doing, I'm going to be talking about why all the people that talk about Meghan Markle. Why do people have such harsh words? And some people call it hate. I don't look at it as hate. I look at it as criticism, constructive criticism, because she has done a lot of things to turn people off. And she really has created a lot of stories that are being reported on. I mean, she's definitely generated a lot of news around her behavior. I don't know that she sees it as a bad or good thing. I mean, I wonder what she thinks of it, but she definitely has conjured up a lot of interest around the things that she is doing, a lot of unprecedented things. And, you look at what she has done and you almost have to think, how does she see that? Is that a good thing for her? Is it a bad thing for her? I don't know, but I do find it remarkable. I do play on words here, remarkable, because you have been afforded such opportunity, and you've created a lot of controversy out of this opportunity. And it's almost like this opportunity that you have been given has changed into somewhat of a negative thing. You've taken an opportunity and you've made it become not a very good thing in terms of how people speak about you. And I would almost think that you would want to have people speaking about you in a good light. You would want people to look at you and to say good things about you, considering the opportunity that you have gotten yourself into. I mean, we can't deny that Harry has put Meghan in a position that has really made her a much more household of a name, but the way people look at her now doesn't seem to be all that well received. And you almost have to think, is it really a good thing for her? Now, I think it's not. I don't care if she thinks people, or at least people are talking about me, or at least, people know my name now. I wouldn't really look at that as all that great, considering how they're speaking about you. So what I've decided to do is to do this series speaking about, well, why don't people really like Meghan Markle? Why do some people call it hate? Why do some people look at it as controversial? We know that during the time that Harry was getting the Pat Tillman Award, Pat Tillman's mother did not want Harry to get that award because she immediately knew and saw that Harry and Meghan are very controversial people. You don't think good things when you think of Harry and Meghan. You think controversial. You think negativity. You think stay away from. That's not a good thing. And you almost have to look at it like how they came out the gate with their branding, with wanting to leave the royal family. They brought that on themselves because of how they themselves were critical of the royal family. So you almost left the royal family to create your own independence from the royal family. But how you would about doing it actually showed how people were now going to look at you with negativity, and how they try to say the royals are mean. They're racist. They're not, helping us. They're bad people. That's now how people see you in your branding as independent from the royal family. Because think about it. Had they left the royal family, said nothing negative about them, and just were doing good work, because we remember, right? As a matter of fact, let me pull this up real quick, okay? They were handing out food in California when they left the royal family. This was one of the first things that they did when they left LA. I mean, sorry, the royal family. They wanted to be seen as these, humanitarians. We're out to do good things. Okay. So let's see here. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to present a slide from my computer, and it's going to be no, I'm not going to present a slide. I'm going to present a screen share my screen, and it's going to be, here it is, Harry and Meghan handing out food. Okay, so we all remember this when they were not this one, sorry. Man, I have got to learn how to do this. This is really let me see here. Stop screen share. I'm going to do another one. Let's see. Share screen, and it's actually, yeah, it's this one. Here it is. Okay. So we all remember when Harry and Meghan did this, right? When they went out and they were sharing that they were giving food out to homeless people. People who were not homeless people who were, people who needed food. They were handing out food. This was one of the first things that they did when they left the royal family, because they wanted people to see them doing good things. Oh, here we are. We're looking for addresses and we're handing out food. It's during the pandemic, and we want people to see us doing good things. And it's almost like if they would have left the royal family and only shown that they were out to do good things for people and not speak badly about the royal family, because we know that they were speaking poorly about the royal family because they sold the people that we have inside information about our life as royals. And they knew the American people wanted to hear, well, what you got on those royals? We'll pay you lots of money to tell us about those royals. They couldn't stick to just doing good work like what they wanted us to see here, because they wanted us to see them doing this. Don't get it twisted. This was very much in their powerhouse of trying to show we're good people. Look at what we're doing. We're handing out food to the people that need it during the pandemic. And that's what they wanted people to see. But they had to do the giving out the dirt on the royal family because they had to make money. But did they really have to make money? Was it really that detrimental? No, because they're already millionaires with the money that they have. They were greedy. And they wanted to make an exorbitant amount of money to go live in Montecito with all the other celebrities, so that they could live the high life. But they also want people to look at them as being good people. Look, we're giving out food during the pandemic. So their intention really was never to just do this work right here and hand out food and to support people. That's just a facade. That's like, we want you to see us looking like we're good people. But their true intentions came out when they gave away the royal secrets, when they went out and they spoke about the royal family in a negative way. That was their true intention. So they could be by the celebrities. They could live amongst the real celebrities, because they could have lived a very nice life in California with the money they already had and just did good things. They didn't have to go sell out the royal family. They didn't have to do that at all. I mean, Meghan had her residuals. She still has her residuals. Harry has his money that he received from his time as a royal, but it wasn't enough money to live the high life in Montecito. So they had to. But had they stuck to just doing good things, and had they stuck to wanting to help people and be good people and still have a good relationship with your families, they could have been that face of Hollywood that people loved, because they would have lived a very simple life with the millions they already had, but just not living the what's the word, the very uber rich lifestyle, the opulence of it all. Just, I mean, they just wanted all of that, but they could have done it in modesty, showing humility. But it was never really just about what they were wanting us to see here. And that's where they went wrong, because now people only see them as negative. They see them as controversial. They don't see Harry and Meghan as people that really want to do good. So, yeah, that's how they went wrong in a very big way. Now, with that being said, now people have really kind of turned on them, and Hollywood has turned on them in a big way. And so, talking about why Hollywood is now turned on them, Meghan's bullying, Meghan's very, I'm better than you, peon kind of an attitude, has gotten her where she is now in Hollywood, and why she's not very well received. And this is another reason why people don't like her. And that's what I'm going to be speaking about today. Now, we know last time I did this live, I spoke about the time when she was at Wimbledon. Because you think about it, if you take from this series that I am doing, the single subjects or the multiple different subjects I do for these lives, that right there is a reason alone not to really care for Meghan Markle. But there are so many. There are so many things that this woman has done. It's like, okay, she did that. Oh, and she did that. And she did. I mean, there's like a whole bunch of things this woman has done to make people not really like her. That is extraordinary. That's quite remarkable. I mean, I can see if it's one or two things, but really, I got 12-part series on this. You've done a lot of things to not make people like you, woman. You got a lot to do to try to overcome this backlash. It is deep. It is very deep what you have done. Because I tell you, the whole thing about, I mean, watch the live that I did last time where I talked with Paula as well about how when she showed up for Wimbledon, I mean, the audacity of your nasty, I'm better than you attitude. It's like, really? You're going to, I mean, it's just unbelievable. So there's been this article that's come out. I'm going to go over it through Hollywood Reporter. I did my video that I put out yesterday called Duchess of Mean. I spoke about it in that video, but I'm going to talk about a few other things in this live today, and also just talk about Meghan's attitude and how the reason why people are so anti her now is because you have the people that have worked with her. People don't have good things to say about her. And this right here is the really funny thing. I heard an interview with a lady who is Meghan's facialist. She does facials for Meghan. I'm gonna give you the difference. Okay, I'm gonna give you the difference. Is this almost like, really? You think we're gonna listen to you now, woman? Because all she had was very nice things to say about Meghan. She's like, oh, Meghan, she's very nice to me. Oh my goodness. No, this is Meghan's facialist, okay? Meghan has always been very friendly. She's never done anything to me to be mean and bully-like behavior. I just don't understand where is this coming from? I mean, I just love her. She's just wonderful. Well, you want me to tell you and break it down for you why you have good things to say and why other people don't have good things to say? Let me just break it down for ya. Shall I? The difference is, woman, and the other producers and people who spoke during the Netflix documentary. Oh, she's just great. We just love her. We just love her. You know, she's the Duchess. uh the reason why you have nice things to say and other people don't is because you have something that Meghan wants from you. Okay. She wants something from you. Okay, if you are somebody that Meghan treats nicely, it's because you are somebody that she's relying on to do good things for her and to give her recommendations. And I mean, for this lady, for that matter, is her facialist. I mean, this is the woman who's going to help make her look good. Now you got the peon employees, the secretaries, the people who are planning certain events. These people are replaceable. So I can treat you how I want to treat you. What you gonna do for me? I'm giving you a paycheck. I can talk to you however I want to talk to you. You are beneath me. Okay? I pay your salary. There's a difference, folks. So I'm not surprised when people come out that are producers or people who are, have connections in Hollywood. They come out and say nice things. Okay, because she wants something for you, or she wants to make you think she's a nice person. But it really says a lot about a person when you rely on a paycheck from her. It really says a lot when you are the person who is trying to pay their bills and you rely on Meghan Markle to help you pay your bills. And that person speaks out, because that's a person who really is relying on her a lot more than she's relying on you. So she can treat you like dirt on a shoe because she knows you need her. This is why she treats you the way she treats you. And I tell you this, when a person is able to treat you with kindness, even though you are giving them a paycheck, that says a lot about that person, because they don't look at you as a peon. They look at you as somebody to be respected, because they have respect for people in general. You can be the janitor. You can be the secretary. You can be my assistant. You can be the friend of a friend. I treat people nice regardless. So I'm going to treat you nice regardless of if you can do something for me or not. That, my friends, is the difference. So when you hear people come out and say nice things about Meghan Markle, it always is going to matter. Well, who is the person talking? Who is the messenger? Who is the person raving about her? Because I can tell you right now, if a person that was at the bottom of Meghan's totem pole came out and said nice things, that would give me cause to pause and think, oh, okay, for real. But that has not been the case. Even people with credentials that have come to work for Harry and Meghan have not been treated with basic decency. And it reminds me of when Meghan was still within the royal household after she had the ring on her finger. Because we didn't hear these stories before she had the ring, because she knew she had to be nice to be able to sign that marriage certificate. She knew how to, like, is he nice? Is he nice? She knew she better be hi, Queen. Hi, Catherine. And William. Because let's not forget, the Queen, the late Queen, gave Meghan a lot of privileges during those pre-marriage days that were not afforded Catherine. Catherine was not afforded coming to visit during the Christmas holiday prior to marriage to William. Meghan was able to do things that Catherine could not do because they went over and beyond to support Meghan in the beginning. And they saw her, to her credit at that time, she was lovely. She had manners. She got along well. She was able to show kindness to William and Catherine. She didn't let her face drop. She was for all intents purposes, she was a very nice young lady. Oh, it's nice to meet you, Meghan Markle. Because she knew she better maintain her attitude until that marriage certificate was signed. Because she knew once Harry signed the paperwork, she could show her butt. She could show her butt, if she could make herself just be all hanging out and being rude and whatever, because she at that point had sealed the deal. These are all my opinions, okay? Let's just keep it real. These are my opinions. These are my opinions. So, Meghan has come into this position of privilege, and she has shown us some things. And so this is what I'm going to show you. Now, the Hollywood Reporter came out and talked about what has happened since with Harry and Meghan. I put it on my Twitter today, but I am going to play it for you all here today. And let's just take a look at it, shall we? Let me just go here. And then I'm going to share my screen. Okay, here it is.
Staffers were allegedly calling themselves. According to the Hollywood Reporter's Mayor Roshan, the magazine's bombshell report investigates the reported mass exodus of employees who worked under the Duke and Duchess.
Our reporter talked to, I think, a dozen people. Most of them are people who have worked very closely with the couple in various capacities now and previously.
The article comes on the heels of news last month claiming that the couple's chief of staff, Josh Kettler, left his post after only 3 months on the job, which we are told was a trial period and a mutual decision. Kettler has not returned our request for comment.
Our reporter talked to one very high up source who works for the couple, who said everyone is terrified of Meghan Markle.
The Hollywood Reporter quotes the sources saying Meghan, quote, belittles people. She doesn't take advice. Harry is a very, very charming person, no airs at all, but he's very much an enabler. In a 2022 episode of her Archetypes podcast, Meghan passionately opened up about being labeled as demanding during a conversation with Issa Rae.
You're allowed to set a boundary. You're allowed to be clear.
Yep.
It does not make you demanding. It does not make you difficult. Makes you clear.
Duchess Difficult is a nickname that's trailed Meghan Markle for quite a few years. What is new is this notion that coming to America, that a lot of those rumors were manufactured by the palace.
There's a hierarchy of the family. You know, there's leaking, but there's also planting of stories.
And the reporting that we did suggests that that probably isn't true, that there is this still undercurrent of fear.
An insider tells the Hollywood Reporter Meghan marches around like a dictator in high heels, fuming and barking orders. I've watched her reduce grown men to tears. But Meghan's friend and facialist, Sarah Chapman, who has staunchly defended Meghan, paints an entirely different portrayal of the Duchess.
On the many occasions that I've been with her as a friend or in a professional capacity, I've never seen a negative side to her. I've seen a very trustworthy, very honest, very compassionate person.
Two things could be possible at once. The couple does help a lot of people. Meghan and Harry declined to comment for our story. I think maybe Meghan would have said that barking around orders is something that we expect from men, and would never raise an eyebrow.
That's where I saw it. It was the facialist. So yeah, so that's my whole rant about that. Okay. It's interesting because it reminds me of that lady in that movie, The Devil Wears Prada. Remember that? And Meghan, has gotten this diva attitude without accomplishing really anything. The people that have usually been this diva-like is because they fought their way to the top. I fought my way to the top. I deserve to be respected, but then yet they go off and then they're just mean to people because, they've worked so hard to get where they are. But Meghan, what has she really fought to have? What? Woman, you haven't really accomplished much. All you accomplished was marrying a man that has made you act like the devil. So you think acting this way because you to marry somebody warrants you to behave like this way? Girl, something is wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. And you will not see a woman like this succeed. You just won't. She will have trouble at every stop because guess what, folks? People don't like bullies. People don't like someone to treat someone in a way that's less than. We can sympathize with people, and we look to people who are mean like that as not, why should we be nice to you? Look at how you treat people. Look at how you treat your father. Look at how Harry treats his father. And this is why when this news came out today about King Charles wanting to extend an olive branch to Harry on his birthday. Okay, so let's take a look at that story because that story has recently come out. Let me go to this story because I am really not too pleased. But hey, what can we do? This is what's getting ready to happen, folks. And I don't know what to say about it, to be quite honest. I don't know. Okay, so this is what's happening. So King Charles to hold private conversation with Prince Harry tomorrow in an olive branch to his son. So King Charles tomorrow is going to be seen or talking with Harry for his birthday. Now, he is set to reach out to Harry on his birthday tomorrow and reconnect with his son on a call. It has been claimed. Now, relations we know between the two royals have been frosty ever since the Duke of Sussex quit life in the UK. Tensions are exasperated by Harry's repeated media interventions, speaking out on the royal family and sharing information about private conversations. But what the king is set to try and put his differences with his youngest son to one side tomorrow in order to wish him a happy 40th birthday, according to the Daily Express, citing a well-placed source. Now, due to the time difference, the monarch will speak to Harry via Skype in the afternoon, speaking to the Duke shortly after he wakes up. The king will reach out to Harry on his birthday, the source said. Although the family are not as close as they once were, there is still a lot of love there. They tend to use Skype when they communicate because they can see each other and is all set up by staff, so it runs smoothly. Prince Harry and his father are thought to have only spoken a handful of times so far in 2024, with conversation between the pair rare. The King Charles did not meet with his son when he visited the UK in May. We know to mark the 10th anniversary celebration of the Invictus Games at St. Paul's Cathedral. Now, despite both being in London, it was announced that the monarch's full program meant it was not possible for a meeting of the pair. In response to the many inquiries and continued speculation on whether or not the Duke will meet with his father while in the UK this week, it is unfortunately will not be possible due to this majesty. So we know he had a full program and he couldn't meet with Harry. And then it goes on to talk more about how he was only there for 30 minutes and, it just did not pan out very well. And I can see the king is very, I don't know. He wants to have a relationship with his son. He wants a relationship. He wants to have this, relation because that's his son and we get it. I don't know that we can fault him for that, but I think it almost makes me think that Meghan is going to try to use that as a way to get her little paws in on something around royalty, knowing that the king is, that's his son. Okay, really quickly, I'm going to read out to some super chats really quickly. Max Bratt, thanks for being a new member. And Kate Mariner, thanks for being a new member. I am putting out a new video. So just so you guys all understand how I do my privates, my how do you say it? My members. On my YouTube, I have a members, okay? But I also have a Patreon members that is the same as my YouTube members. However, I have another tier on my Patreon that is where I put videos together of myself with my family. And that is on my Patreon. And I'll be dropping a new Patreon video for my higher tiered members probably on Monday, more than likely. I'm almost done editing it. So, but the Patreon and the lower level Patreon and the YouTube members are the same. I just do a little bit more on the Patreon, if that makes sense. Okay. So thanks for being members. Let's see here. Let's see what we have here from Shaz. Thanks for being a member for 18 months. I love how you keep it real, Pat. Hugs to Otis too. Thank you very much, Shaz. Thank you for being there for 18 months. Wow, that's a long time. Thank you. Thank you. Now I have a super chat from Stefan Magnus. Thanks for your super chat. Meghan wants to dominate every type of media. Meghan knows that good or bad stories, that is her name in the headlines, only her name everywhere. And you know what, Stefan, I have to agree with you there, but I think in the long run, it's not going to help with her getting ahead in Hollywood, because people in Hollywood can see the negative headlines. They can see who she is. But at the same time, do they want to be associated with her considering the negative headlines? And this is a lot about the story that I'm going to be using today, or talking about today, around the Hollywood Reporter. And that's what we're going to talk about. Victoria, thank you so much for your super sticker as well. Victoria Adrian, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this story that came out in the Hollywood Reporter. And I think this is this right here is one of those things where you can't overcome this, because it's almost like when you show someone who you are, like the first time, that's who you are. And it's going to take a lot to overcome people's first impressions of you, because now it's like the toothpaste is out the tube. You can't get it back in now. You can't come out and redeem yourself with an apology and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's too late. You can't do anything now about it. And it's almost like, okay, you might be happy that people know you, but it's your reputation that is irrevocably damaged now. And this is what the Hollywood Reporter is saying. Let's take a look, folks. Let's take a look. So the Hollywood Reporter is coming out and speaking very negatively about Meghan, and this cannot be good for her. This cannot be good, because you have now given away something that is very precious, and that is your reputation has now been really damaged by the people that you want to like you. Let's keep it real. This is who she wants to like her. And at this point now, it's a little too late. So why Hollywood keeps quitting on Harry and Meghan. This is showing us the reason why I'm doing this part of my series about why people don't like Meghan. And it's because of how they treat people. How you treat people matters. And Hollywood is taking note. We saw from the Access Hollywood video that I just showed, and now the Hollywood Reporter, the Bible of Hollywood. It's come out, and now you can't really overcome this. It's going to be very difficult. This is why even staying in Hollywood, trying to keep doing what you're doing with your brand. I'm selling jams and dog biscuits, like keeping that whole charade going. You are just going to keep failing. But I'm going to love watching you try. What you going to do now, girl? What you going to do? Oh, really? You going to sell some dog biscuits? Okay. You gonna try to get that empire like Martha Stewart? Okay. Yeah. Let's watch you try, because that's the entertainment value of it at this point. It's not a serious thing like, oh, Megan's going to do this. Oh, well, look at Megan. You go, girl. Okay, what you do? Oh, okay, good for you. No, that's not what we're seeing. So why Hollywood keeps quitting on Harry and Meghan. Plus how, it really has come to like the standard. It's like, this is now your forever and ever. How people are going to look at you. You're not going to get around it at all. Okay. So it looks like Harry and Meghan, they've done it again. And that's right, again. Okay. They've chewed up another American advisor, not a friend, not somebody who's going to do something for you, an advisor, someone who is recommending how you do things. This is why you also will never do well, because you can't take advice from people who know more than you. You don't know it all. And it takes a really humble person to be able to take the advice of someone who knows more than you, even when it's critical. And Harry and more Meghan than Harry, she just can't do it because the head is so big. I think from when she was a little girl, her father gave her everything. He never had her she never really had to work for much of anything. Whatever she wanted, she got. And over the years and times of getting what she wanted over and over and over and over again, it built up this ego in her head that she could have whatever she wanted. I don't need to take advice from you. Who are you? And she's got this perception about herself now that makes her feel like she can have whatever she wants. And she doesn't have to take the advice of certain people. So Josh Kettler, this Santa Barbara-based consultant, and this is the other thing you have to understand is that these are people that have been recommended to her. This is a man that is based in Santa Barbara. He's a consultant. So he's worked with a lot of heavyweights in Hollywood. So coming on board to work with Meghan, you've come recommended. And so Meghan thought, like I said in the beginning here, she was paying this guy, why am I going to be kind to you? You work for me now. I'm keeping your Santa Barbara-based consultants business alive by hiring you. I don't have to what? I'm going to show me, okay? Do what I tell you to do. So he served as the chief of staff for Harry and Meghan, but he reportedly resigned just 3 months in on the job, becoming the latest member of Harry and Meghan's ever-expanding Sussex Survivors Club. And you know it's bad when you have a club now named after all the people that used to work for you. I mean, you have to look at that now like there is a club that you become a part of once you leave working for Harry and Meghan. That's how bad it is. There is a club. It's the Sussex Survivors Club. That says a lot. So former employees have taken to calling themselves the Sussex Survivors Club. So before Kettler, there was Toya Holness, who was the global press secretary until 2022, and Christine Shermer, the one-time Pinterest communications director who quit as Harry and Meghan's PR head of 2021. He was their head of PR. Samantha Cohen, we know, was Markle's top aide and private secretary that departed the same year. And the interesting thing about Samantha Cohen is that, she had been within the royal household for many years. And it really was a shock when she left because she had worked for other royals. And I can imagine that this was a pretty good job for her. I mean, living, in proximity to the royals in the United Kingdom and working for them, that must have been a pretty cush job for her. And she thought, I can't do this. I can't do it. And it said a lot for her to have to leave. There was Carly Morgan with Sunshine Sachs partner who started repping Meghan when she was still a commoner. So this is a person that can work with Meghan before she was even known. When she was still a commoner, she worked for Meghan. But it wasn't until she became a royal that she thought, okay, I've got to quit because this woman, she's been turned on me. What does that say? When someone that worked with you before you were even royalty to then work with you while you are now royalty, but then has to leave, wants to no longer work for you because now that you are royal, you're too much to handle. I can't deal with you. Your head is too big. That's the story of this Carly Morgan person. That says a lot as well. Adding to Harry, her client roster when they became engaged, and then helping them set up their own internal comms operation when the couple moved to California. Yeah, this became very difficult for her because then even she could see you just weren't the same anymore. You turned when she became royalty. So sources tell Rambling Reporter that Morgan stopped repping them around 2020 because the Sussexes stopped paying Sunshine Sachs for its services through the PR firm, denies that this was the case. And I'm sure they were just covering up. But yeah, that makes sense. You thought you were too good and you didn't have to pay. And then there were just issues like we just don't want to work for you anymore. You're too difficult. Other members of the Survivors Club include Catherine St. Laurent, who lasted a year as head of Sussex's charity Archwell. Mandana Dayani was the content chief. Ben Browning, who got Harry and Meghan's documentary on Netflix before bolting for Film Nation, and the marketing chief Farrah Taylor. So the question then becomes, why did they all leave? What is the reason for this? And the reason has become that everyone is now terrified of Meghan. This is the reason. Because Meghan does not know how to use the sudden power that Harry gave her as a duchess. She didn't know how to handle that power. Because don't get it twisted. Harry gave Meghan a lot of power. He gave her a lot of access to royal life. And Meghan just did not know how to handle it. She didn't know how to use that power in the right way. She wanted to use that sudden access to power the way she would have used that power had she gotten it on her own. And it turned her into not a nice person, having all of that power. That's what Harry did for Meghan. He made her become something that was not good. And I can only imagine that Meghan has also used that power that Harry has now given Meghan. She's used that power and turned it now on Harry. Because Harry is feeling it. Because there were stories that Meghan was going to be throwing a huge, big birthday party for Harry on his 40th birthday. I don't know if you all remember this, but there were reports coming out that she was going to have all these A-listers. Because think about it, people. Think about it. You have a great reason to throw a huge party and invite all these A-listers, just like you did to your wedding. Because that wedding was a great excuse to bring in all the heavyweights, all the A-listers. And guess what? They came. The A-listers came because you just hadn't signed that marriage certificate just yet. You hadn't had those children yet. You still couldn't really show the kind of person you were just yet. So all the celebrities then came at that moment, didn't they? because they didn't know. They were like, oh, okay, I'm invited to a royal wedding. I'm going to go. It's a great reason to go to England. It's a great reason to go see William and Catherine, the real royals, the ones that they probably really wanted to see, And so all the Hollywood A-listers, they came at that time. So it would have been a great excuse for Meghan to have this 40th birthday bash in Montecito and invite all these celebrities. But guess what happened? Because I remember reading those stories. Guess what happened, folks? During the planning process of this big birthday bash for Harry, people weren't going to come. People did not want to come because what have I always been saying on my channel? The PR agents have said, if you want to be friends with Harry and Meghan or with Meghan, that's fine. But don't be seen with them. Don't be seen with her. Don't be seen taking pictures with her. Don't be seen hanging out with her. Why do you think there was not one PR photo of Meghan and Oprah at the Godmother's bookstore, a store? There was no photo of Meghan and Oprah going, hi, cheese, take our picture. You saw photos of people taking pictures of Meghan and Oprah hugging because, come on, Oprah's going to be cordial. She's not going to be ghetto and rude and say, girl, they told me not to hang out with you. Or, I'm not going to hang out with you. There's things about you on the streets, girl. Have you heard? But Oprah's not going to do that. She's going to smile and be, oh, Meghan's here. Oh, what? Hi. But she can control who she aligns her image with in a very, what's the word? Planned kind of way. She can definitely say, okay, yeah, hi, but I'm not going to align myself purposefully with you with, a photo and take a, okay. Now it could happen, but I found it very interesting that we didn't actually see that with the photos that came out around Harry and Meghan at the bookstore, or Meghan at the bookstore when Oprah was there. You didn't see that photo. You saw that photo with the co-owners of Godmothers, but you didn't see it with Oprah. And Oprah was there when she took that photo with the co-owners of Godmothers. She took a photo with the owners of Godmothers, but there was not a photo of Meghan and Oprah at Godmother's bookstore, cheesing and posing next to each other. You didn't see that photo. So a lot of people in Hollywood have been told now you can't be aligned with her. If you do, it's going to be very damaging for your brand. And this is why Meghan pulled back on that birthday planning that she was going to do for Harry when inviting all of these A-listers, because they weren't going to come. And it was going to be very embarrassing to have this big birthday bash with all these A-list celebrities that I wanted to invite, and then they not show up. And this is the big, huge celebrity that has really given us some really good insight that has since not wanted to align with Meghan. Let me show you who that celebrity is. Let me just show you who that celebrity is. Gotta show you who that celebrity is now. And that celebrity is this person. This person right here. This is the story of, hold on, let me find it. I got it here in a second. Y'all have to bear with me. I'm new at all of this. Kris Jenner. Now, you know it's bad if Kris Jenner don't want to be aligned with you, because we know she takes everybody in. You know, what did Chris Rock say? He go, you know, Kris Jenner, she like, you know, give me the, you know, those addicted to drugs, and, you know, because she's taking in all the boyfriends of her daughters, you know, regardless. But if Kris Jenner doesn't want to be aligned with you, and she's the momager of Hollywood, it's bad, y'all. It is bad. Because don't get it twisted. We remember she sent some jams to Kris Jenner. And Meghan's Goop style business has hit yet another huge snag. Duchess's bid to rope Kardashians into launch is in the toilet. Kris Jenner does not want anything to do with Meghan Markle. At first, she did. There were talks in the beginning of Meghan working with Kris Jenner and coming on their reality show. There were talks of this. And now she doesn't want anything to do with Meghan. She doesn't want to come to no birthday bash for Harry. What has happened? We know that she publicly thanked Meghan for the, you know, jar of jam she sent her. And the source that spoke out in this article said that there were lots of promises made about how Kris was going to introduce her to all sorts of power players and really help push the brand. But unfortunately, nothing has materialized. And now it seems like it was just a lot of hot air. Yeah, it's not going to happen now. Yeah, Meghan's mother, I remember, was seen with Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian. We remember that photo. Remember? Yeah, there were a lot of talks about it in the beginning, but then it looks like things have not panned out, and it's just not going to happen now. So, yeah, that's just not a good thing. So this birthday bash that she was going to have for Harry has since been canceled, and now it's been dubbed a low profile birthday get together. Just the people she can invite that will actually show up. This is why it's not going to be a big hoopla. Because don't get it twisted. It was going to be a big hoopla on Harry's birthday, because that was going to be a great thing for Meghan. And now she must be feeling the backlash a lot now, because a lot of people don't want nothing to do with her. Nothing to do with her. So getting back into this, you know, Hollywood article of why people are leaving them and why people don't like Meghan Markle. Why did they leave? Because of her attitude. She belittles people. These are from actual sources. Okay. Everyone's terrified of her. She belittles people. She doesn't take advice. Harry and Meghan are very poor decision makers. They change their minds frequently. They go on to say that Harry is very, very charming person. No airs at all, but he is very much an enabler. And she's just terrible. These are the quotes. And we all remember Harry when Meghan and Harry were still in the royal household. Meghan, what Meghan wants, Meghan gets. He was an enabler then. Before the wedding, he was enabling Meghan's poor choices and her behavior. And he's still enabling her. The article goes on to say that Meghan's treatment of two royal aides prompted Buckingham Palace to investigate then princess for bullying behavior, though the results of the inquiry never released, which I find just not a good thing. But I believe at some point it will come out, because everything in the darkness eventually comes to light. And I believe what came out in that bullying report will come out at some point. Because if it were a good thing, if the investigation had yielded positive things about Meghan, the royal household would have released it. We would have seen what happened during that bullying investigation. But because it was so damning towards Meghan, they were not going to release it. Meghan denounced, we know that bullying report, quote, was a calculated smear campaign, close quote. Of course she's going to say it was a smear campaign because she doesn't like when people talk negatively about her. Who would like it? It makes sense that she would deny it. But what does she say about all these sources that have come out now and called her a bully and said she's a terrible person? Are these a part of a smear campaign now, Meghan Markle? These people that you hired? No. So, you know, we can see the behavior, the attitude, the kind of person Meghan is a pattern of her behavior. But some of the couple's stateside staff members and also reserved special bile for Markle, whose reported penchant for noisy tantrums and angry 5 a.m. penchant emails has earned her the in-house moniker Duchess Difficult. She's absolutely relentless, says one source. She marches around like a dictator in high heels, fuming and barking orders. I've watched her reduce men to tears. So the article goes on and on about what not a nice person Meghan is. It tells us that Meghan Markle is not a nice person and she is a bully, point blank. And this is why people don't like her. There is a pattern. There's a pattern. Okay. I'm getting ready to wrap up this live, but I just want to read out a couple of more super chats. Let's see here. We have Ziggy Lee is a cheek with a crown. Cute. I believe that there are more detrimental secrets that H&M can tell if all else fails. Thank you, Ziggy. And I believe that to be the case as well, because, you know, and this is the sad part about it, Ziggy, is that everybody has things in their family that they're not proud of. We're human beings at the end of the day. We're human. But I think Meghan and Harry being willing to threaten things that they know to sell their families says a lot about their behavior. And I think that is the problem. Across the board, that's the problem. That you're willing to sell out your family for the things that you know. And that's just not fair. That's not right. Because you're not perfect and you shouldn't be selling out your family with secrets. Like, that's just not okay to do. It's just not okay. All right. Let's see here. Let me see here. Victoria Adrian, I thanked her. Hollywood Reporter has buried Meghan. She's all done. Thank you very much. Mystified. Thank you so much. And I absolutely 100% agree with you. Like I said, Hollywood Reporter is the Bible of Hollywood. And people in Hollywood are going to read what's in Hollywood Reporter. And this is why we know it's all true. What the PR publicists are saying. They're saying, don't be seen with them. Karen Chandler, thank you for being a member. Oh, and here is Paula M. Super sticker. Thank you, Miss Paula. I'm looking forward to talking to you tomorrow with my members. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so we're going to be talking tomorrow about all the, some things about what we talked about in the birth certificate and, that video. But I wanted to just give a round out applause to everyone that watches my videos. Thank you so much for supporting my work. You all know I work full time as running a charity, and this is just part of that work that I do now with this channel and just trying to just talk about all the drama is definitely a part of our imitation of royal life that we have in the videos that I do, because Meghan is not a proud Black woman by any means. She does not, but I believe, in my opinion, is not a proud Black woman. She wants to use all of the things that she has learned via Harry and her access to the royal family to enrich herself, with her own independent commercial brand. She is using Harry as a handbag. She is definitely not someone who is out to do good work and to make a difference in a good way. It's all about her. She's selfish. She is someone who is trying to make her mark and do it in a way that is nasty, egotistical, not genuine, and very nasty. And I don't think people, especially young people, should follow her as the example, because you have a poor example of a woman who wants to look like she's doing good, to look like she is humanitarian. But it all begins in the home. Like I tell the people with the children that we work with in my charity, the children who don't have access to a lot in this world, it begins at home. And if you don't have parents that teach you right, that show you how to behave in the world, you are starting off in a way that's not good, because it all begins at home. And if Meghan Markle can't be decent with the family that has raised her, the siblings that have grown up with her, because she has them. I don't care if she wants to like say, I wish I had siblings, like she did in that Netflix documentary. I don't care if you want people to think you don't have siblings. There's something wrong with you, because we can see clearly you have siblings. But the idea that you want to act like they don't exist means there's something wrong with you, woman. There's something wrong with your head. You're not in reality. We can look at you all day and think something's wrong with you. So, it begins at home, Meghan Markle. If you don't want to show us an authentic person who is fallible, who has flaws, then we don't want to look at you and empower you to make you think that you have something good to do for people, because you can't even treat people in your own family with basic decency. Something is wrong with you. You will never make it the way you think you're going to make it. It's not going to happen, Meghan Markle. Do right by your family. Be a decent person. Even though you have things about your life that you wish were different, it doesn't change your reality. It doesn't change the fact that your father raised you and gave you access to so much more that I wish I was able to have growing up. Your father paid the price. Your father gave you so much. And no amount of trying to well, I'm in Montecito. I don't have a daddy now. I don't have any siblings. Let me go try to get my commercial empire. No amount of trying to divert to a new reality is going to make people forget where you came from, woman. We remember. We know where you came from, and you are disgusting. Your behavior is appalling. And we will never forget. We will never allow that. Because the one thing about people is we care how you treat people, especially your elders, especially people who have given you a great life. We care because we see ourselves in that. I care when a person is mean to elderly people. I care when people are disrespectful to someone that has paid the price and given them a good upbringing. I care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be Thomas Markle Sr. It could be any elderly person. I care. A lot of people care. So you'll never win. You'll never have the success you think you are going to get, that you're working for in Montecito. Because we know she working, y'all. She working. She trying. it won't happen. It's the universal law of the universe. Get your act together. Be a better person, Meghan Markle. Be better. Be better. Okay? I'm just saying. Just saying. Really quickly, Michelle, 1234. Michelle, I think this is my Michelle over in England. Thank you for your super sticker. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. You have done so much for me. You have shown me a side of England that I never would have seen had I not got to meet you in England. And I thank you for everything you have done. This woman has been amazing, amazing to me and my American self. I can be extra sometimes because I'm an American and I'm just, a little different sometimes. But I appreciate you, Michelle and Jan, very much. Thank you. And Rachna Sin became a YouTube member today. Thank you so much for being a YouTube member. Thank you. Thank you for being there. You'll be seeing all of my videos. I've done videos. I'm actually doing the video now of my time in the UK, actually going to Lady C's ball. And I'm doing in different parts. So I started off when I was in Boston with my friend, and then just doing little parts, and then you'll get to see all the way up to that till my trip ended in Germany, and then I'll start doing other things about my life. And as an actor, I post videos there, and then on my high premium channel, I post time with myself and my family is on that channel. So thank you for being a member. And we have my last one here. Let me see. Yes, Roxanne Newman. Thank you so much for your super sticker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It is it's work. It's work for me to come here and do these Saturday lives. I want people to understand the kind of person that Meghan Markle is, because a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't see it. And I think when you see it and you can appreciate what all the hoopla is, and this is why I do what I do, because I want people to see it for what it truly is. It's a woman who does not behave in a way that she should, especially considering the great upbringing and access that she's had growing up. I mean, it's just mind-blowing to me. It's just mind-blowing. So I'll be here every Saturday. Now, if there's a reason that I can't come for some reason, forgive me, but this is a spontaneous thing that I'll be, doing every Saturday in terms of doing these lives. But sometimes things come up and I can't be here, but I will be here every Saturday for the next several Saturdays talking about why people don't like Meghan Markle. Like I mentioned before, I talked about in my last live that I did with Paula M, was at Wimbledon, when people saw Meghan show up at Wimbledon with all those seats empty around her. That was a reason alone not to think, well, what's wrong with this woman? What's wrong with her? And today we talked about all the staff, all the people that have left them, that have just quit. There's something wrong with you when you can't keep staff, when you are always losing good people. That means something is wrong. And we talked about that today. I'll be talking about other things that are frankly why people don't like Meghan Markle. I mean, it's just not something that people pulled out of a hat one day, like, okay, let's just not like her. That didn't happen. There are reasons. And that's what we're going to be talking about in my Saturday lives. Okay. So thank you everyone for being here with me today. Please follow me on Facebook to watch my videos with Otis, and follow me on my YouTube member and Patreon if you want to see a little bit more outside of what I talk about around the royals, and see a different side of the videos that I'm creating over there. It's for a small, intimate few people. Okay. So thank you for being here. Thanks for all the super chats, the super stickers, and for being members on my channel, and for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for all of your support. I really do appreciate it. And I'll be back on Sunday with another video. Well, maybe I'll be doing a video and a live tomorrow. I know I'll be live for my members, and I may be putting out a video as well. because there's just so much to talk about right now, right? So, all right, thanks so much for being here, and I'll show you Otis. Come here, Otis, because he's down here. He's down here. He's like, okay, I'm here working, but he's down here. Oh, here's Mr. Otis. Here's Mr. Otis. Say hi, Otis. Say hi. He was a little sick yesterday. He wasn't feeling well. He's got something going on with his ear. Yes, Otis. Yes, Otis. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hi. Yes. I think I'm gonna do a video on my YouTube members page. How well, actually I already did that. Oh my goodness, I already did the video, y'all. I'm talking about with my family how we got Otis. And it's a pretty interesting story. He was purely by accident, especially with me, because I am not an animal person, as a lot of you know. I am not an animal person at all. Like me sitting here with this dog doing this is a miracle. You are watching in real time, a miracle. Like this is me. Like no one's ever seen me with an animal ever, let alone touch an animal. But now it's just so normal for me. And he loves me so much, and I love him. He loves me so much. He greets me every day. Don't you, Otis? Don't you? Don't you? He knows that I don't like being licked, so he doesn't lick me because I get a little itchy with the licking. Don't you, Otis? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you, Otis? Say hi to the people. Say hi. Say hi. Yes, yes, yes. All right, everybody. I'm off today to go do what I got to do. And I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Thanks for being here with me. I love you all. Bye. Tschüss. Tschüssi.